Here at Makers Clean, we clean a lot of surfaces using microfiber cleaning cloths. And one of those surfaces we constantly find ourselves working on would be glass, mirrors, windows, and electronic items. So in this video, we are going to review how to clean those flat, glossy surfaces, the right products, tools, and techniques that you need to get the job done right the first time and without ruining anything. So rather than buying a store-bought glass cleaner, I whip my own up. I use equal parts water and white vinegar. So here I'm using a cup and a cup. I'm also adding 5 drops of peppermint essential oils because it just smells nice. Now, the technique that I'm using is I'm spraying the entire mirror fairly liberally with the product. I'm not holding back, but I'm also not flooding it. I'll wait just a sec, and then I'm using my microfiber cloth, my glass and mirror microfiber cloth here. I folded it up into quarters. It just makes it easier to handle and it gets you a more even finish. And then I'm using the S pattern, starting from the top, working my way to the bottom. And this is a huge mirror, so I'm breaking it into sections, starting with the left side and then moving my way over to the right side. One other thing I want to point out when you're cleaning a mirror is to make sure that you don't let the little area at the bottom catch any drips. You know, some's gonna get in there while it's, being cleaned, but make sure that when you're done, you do a nice finishing wipe at the bottom. If you don't do that over time, it can really age and kind of rust your mirror. While water and vinegar is a very effective glass cleaner, sometimes you need to level up a little bit. So a perfect example of heavy duty glass cleaning would be a glass panel in a home with children or pets. Now, a lot of friends and family were very surprised when we chose this because they said you're gonna be cleaning it all the time, but I know how to clean it, so it's not that bad. But yeah, the truth is my daughter does get her handprints all over here and it does get quite messy. So the secret sauce that I'm using to clean, you can see it looks a little bit milky, is the exact same recipe as the regular glass cleaner. So equal parts water and white vinegar, 5 drops of peppermint essential oils, which was totally optional, but to it I added a tablespoon of cornstarch. Now, cornstarch is interesting because it acts as this super fine abrasive that we can use. And when I say abrasive, I more mean it can lift dirt off a surface, but it absolutely will not scratch glass, which is why it's so unique and so useful for this particular application. Anything in my house that has a flat screen has fingerprints. My tablet looks disgusting right now. And this phone, laptops, you name it, it's got fingerprints and marks, and these surfaces need to be cleaned fairly regularly. But we've also been told we're not supposed to use product on these surfaces. So what we do know is that if we use product, it can remove some of the important coatings that these surfaces have. It can also leave permanent marks. So you want to make sure you're using something that is safe. Moreover, you want to make sure that you're using a flat weave cloth, like either an optical cloth like what I have here, which is just the smaller version, also great for glasses, or the bigger version, our glass and electronics cloth. This also goes for television screens. The reason you want to use something that's flat is because it can't hold on to any debris, so it will not scratch any of these surfaces. I've done a lot of research, and when I do research, I just call manufacturers directly and I get them to shoot straight with me. So I called Apple and I said, help me understand how to clean these screens properly. And they said, in no uncertain terms, you can use equal parts water and rubbing alcohol to clean our electronics. But the way to do it, and I've been saying this for years, is to spray your recipe onto your cloth. So it should feel about as damp as a sneeze. And if it feels too wet, you can kind of tap it off on your hand before you clean the surface. You never spray the electronic item directly. So in here, I've already got half of this little teeny tiny bottle filled up with water. I'm going to fill the rest up with rubbing alcohol. So I'll shake this up, give it a little spritz, tap it off on the back of my hand. That is just enough. I'll start at the top, using the S pattern, work my way to the bottom, and almost immediately it takes off dirt, fingerprints, you name it, it's gone. Cleaning exterior windows and glass is a whole other ball game. So I'm gonna show you the products, tools, and techniques that you use to get this job done without necessarily having to hire a window cleaning service. You can totally do this yourself. Years ago, I asked a woman who worked at a janitorial supply company what the best way was to do this, and she said quite simply, double-sided squeegee, hot water, vinegar, dish soap, rectangular bucket. That has not failed me, and I'm gonna show you exactly what to do. So first, get a bucket. I'm planning to use about 2 gallons of water. That's so I can dunk my squeegee in. So the recipe that I'm using is for 1 gallon, so just level it up depending on how much you're going to be using for your windows. So it's 1 gallon of hot water, 1 cup of white vinegar, and a teaspoon of dish soap. Mix that all together and then dunk your squeegee in. Let it really get nice and saturated. The squeegee I'm using here, this is a double-sided squeegee, so this kind of has like an absorbent pad and a microfiber exterior, which is great for picking up dirt and also depositing liquid onto the glass surface. And then I'll flip it over, repeating my steps, working my way from top to bottom, left to right, swiping it clean with this rubber squeegee. Now, if this for whatever reason gets nicked, kind of like a windshield wiper blade, you can easily replace this rubber part, which makes this tool something that you will have for quite a while. It's a really good investment piece and it will keep your exterior windows and glass looking amazing. While I was cleaning in those clips, you saw me cleaning with this cloth. It is our flat weave microfiber cloth. That is quite different from a general purpose microfiber cloth that has a terry weave. And that's because while this cloth is great for picking up moisture and dust and dirt and debris, this one is specifically designed not to do that. It can hold moisture, but it cannot hold anything else. So it won't scratch your surfaces, but it still will give you that lint-free, streak-free shine, which is why we love these for any flat, glossy surface. That brings me to this week's comment question, which is touchscreen electronics like tablets and phones. How often are you cleaning them and do you disinfect them? You saw what mine looked like, and it's pretty obvious I don't do it that often. So I'd love to know in the comments down below what your take on it is. I mean, I know I should do it more. I am a cleaning expert, but I got things to do and I'm still alive. If you're intrigued by the idea of making your own glass cleaner, you'll love all of the other DIY cleaners that I talk about on this channel, and you can check out the playlist where I show you all of them right over here. If you want to support the Makers Clean channel, of course you can subscribe, and you can also visit our website, makersclean.com, where you can find all of our premium microfiber cleaning tools and more. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.